Good afternoon, folks. It is a wonderful day today in Los Angeles, California. It's not hot. We're not blazing. We're not dying. The air conditions are not laughing at us anymore. We're not being made a mockery of with the heat. Thank God. It is Tuesday, and I am like shivering, not for the fact that not only is it Halloween coming up, but just for the fact, like, dude, where did the month of October go? Like, October came, winked at me, and left. And I'm like, seriously, I need you to be here for like another 2 weeks just so I can get some stuff together. So October, I'm going to remember what you did a year from now. I'm going to remind you. Needless to say, I'm excited today. You know, on our talk show, WPP FM Radio on iHEART, we have amazing people that come on and chat with us about the amazing things that they're doing, amazing things that's happening out there in society that half of the other society doesn't know about. And, you know, it's like, we're going to have a conversation today because I was just talking to someone the other day about artificial intelligence and how people believe that it poses a threat to the survival of humanity. I mean, when you have, you know, movies like with Will Smith called, I believe it was I Robot, and you have, you know, the Centrons on, you know, the X-Men, and you have like, you know, movies like Terminator where there's like one big robot that's going to end mankind, and The Matrix where we're being ruled by a system of just robots. And I can go on and on and on, artificial intelligence, robots, however you want to say it. But we're here to talk to a young lady that's going to really give us the scoop. She's going to share with us what this whole thing is about, and she's going to give us a scoop on how it can change people's lives and, you know, what the purpose of their company is. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm just really excited today to be chatting it up today with Megan Harris from, and I don't even want to butcher the name, so I'm going to let you say the name. Megan, are you there?
Yeah. Hi, Kimberly. Nice to be on your podcast. And the name of my company, don't worry, you don't have to say it. It's called SYZYGY.
SYZYGY. Oh my God. So Megan, tell us about SYZYGY, because, you know, like I said, about almost half of Americans believe that artificial intelligence poses a threat to the survival of humanity. They even have it where a baby can be made in artificial intelligence, where people, lovers, relationships you can get from artificial intelligence. 43% of the American public believes that artificial intelligence poses a threat to the long-term survival of humanity. Americans work in fear that 36% of their jobs today could be replaced by artificial intelligence within 5 years. And 78% of women would consider it cheating if their partner had sex with a robot. So, girl, let's talk.
I know. You know what? It's crazy. And the thing is artificial intelligence is no longer just about, you know, movies like Blade Runner 2049 or TV shows like iRobot. It is really here. So just to give you context of like who I am and why I'm talking about artificial intelligence. So my name's Megan. I run a digital marketing agency out of New York. And so I deal with all things digital, all things technology and data. And more of my job right now is helping big brands talk to their consumers. And the way they're doing that now is through artificial intelligence, right? They're using artificial intelligence to distribute messages and advertising and chatbots and, you know, how to help consumers. So, for example, if you go on a website and you click on the live chat, it's not really a human behind the chat. It's actually artificial intelligence and a chatbot. So, interestingly enough, the company that I work for, called SYZYGY, did a really cool survey nationwide that actually talked to consumers and people, over about 2,000 consumers actually, and, you know, talked about AI, not what AI is, but actually finally asking questions around how do people actually feel about AI? Because we talk about it all the time in entertainment and in business, but no one's really asking us, well, how do we feel about it? Are we scared of it? Are we hopeful about it? You know, is it real? And so, you know, when you think about the emotional response that people have to artificial intelligence, you know, you threw out some really good stats, Kimberly. Another good stat is, for example, like 45% of the people that we surveyed are very interested in artificial intelligence, and they're open to the idea. But also on the flip side of that, the other 40% are quite concerned, right? And they're suspicious, and they're a little bit worried, and they're a little bit confused. What does it mean? So there's a very kind of big juxtaposition of being hopeful but also being concerned around this technology.
Wow. Wow. I mean, like it kind of, you kind of scared me a little bit myself. I have to be honest, because I just, like I said, I remember in the 80s watching, Terminator. You know what I mean? And you said, dude, like, it's here. It's no longer just on TV. This thing is here. And so, I love the fact that you're using it in a way that is helping people be more productive, reach their consumers, and help people get their messages out there. That's huge.
And I think a lot of people
different ways to do that.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people, when you think about how you feel, I guess, about artificial intelligence and how we feel about, if it saves us time, then we're open to it. And about 40% of people that we surveyed said that if artificial intelligence saves us time, then we're really down with it. Another thing, too, is when it comes to millennials, when it comes to the younger generation, which I'm a millennial as well, when it comes to saving time, millennials are all for it. Anything that, is a top benefit of them, being able to do their job faster, get their coffee faster, get packages shipped faster in a day, get to point A to B faster. If AI helps them do that, they're down with it. So I have this feeling that most of America, and I think most of the world, feel that AI could be helpful to them. I think their fear on the opposite side of that is, what does that mean for things like, our jobs? 30% of people that we surveyed said that although they're open to it, if it helps them with their life and is useful, that, 30% said that they're worried about AI taking their jobs. And that's a big deal. And also, 12%, about 13% of people said that they're worried that AI will dehumanize the world. So we're caught in this position where we want it to help make our lives better, but we're worried what it's going to do to our everyday life.
Wow. Yeah. I see that. I see here where, we also talk about, while it helps, there's a fear. What about this whole, the biggest question right now in everyone's mind is, okay, so is it cheating if the guy's, fooling around with an AI while he has a girlfriend? What are your thoughts on that?
Right. Yeah, that's a stat. That's a concept that everyone likes to think about, because there has been things in the news and the press around, AI, sex robots, and all that kind of thing. I mean, I can't speak to all of that, but I think it's interesting to think about how, AI or any kind of sex robot, how that would affect relationships between people in the future. Will it, and I don't know the answer, but, will AI, when it comes to sex and relationships, will that kind of machine and AI decouple emotion from actual kind of sex, right? Mm. So 50% of Americans, men, and 20% of American women said that if their privacy was assured, they would want to try the latest generation of hyper-realistic sex toys with programmable personalities. So, it opens up a door for more experimentation and maybe the decoupling of emotion and sex. But again, AI and, machine learning and technology poses a threat to a lot of different things in our life, a lot of things in humanity, but it also has the ability to make it better as well. When you think about, emotion, so getting away from the sex robot thing, but thinking about, what AI can do around emotions for weapons and war and things like that. We surveyed people, and 71% of people said that they would be open to having weapons be powered by AI. But only 30% of people said that they would want AI to use predictive policing. So it's just interesting. It's, people, I think, getting back to these results make me feel like people actually don't know how they feel about AI yet.
Yeah, I mean, I was in the military, and I mean, the amount of soldiers and Marines and people that we lose in the military, right? And just thinking that if those were robots that were programmable, those numbers would go down on the number of soldiers that die. Where, you send the robots into those places where it's guaranteed a certain death, but the actual human soldier or Marine or sailor is like, 1,000 yards away or 1,000 miles away, on a camera or in a drone, visualizing, able to see everything and manage everything. Still with the human contact, but with the robots doing the hard core just of the work. Does that make sense? Like, I wouldn't mind something like that,
Yeah, that's a good conversation to have because it keeps our humans safe.
Yes.
But still delivers, I guess, the output that we want. I don't know to what extent that we're using that right now in the military. Obviously, I'm not an expert there. But that's probably going to be one of the big conversations about AI in the future. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be good. I mean, I'm a Vietnam baby. Here I am telling my age, but, I was born during the Vietnam era. And you know how many people died back then, even in just World War I, World War II, unnecessarily. Imagine if people were able to go in, with robots and stop Hitler. You know what I mean? With robots. Where there's not like this significant loss of life in terms of just stopping so many wars. I think that robots can, artificial intelligence can really do some amazing good. But then there are people that think that, it does go borderline, I can't remember the word that I would be looking for, but it borderlines, okay, so now you have an artificial intelligence that can literally, you put in your house and it's set up a certain way and you put a seat in there and the husband and wife put the seat in there and they can literally carry a baby. A baby will basically be baking in there. I've literally seen that on Facebook. A company's literally trying to put that together now. So it's like, okay, you have that, and then, you have other things that I just, of course Americans are thinking about, but I'm thinking about the amazing things that also, that, people can
help change culture.
Like I see.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, do no harm. AI technology should not be used to deceive, manipulate, or in any other way harm the well-being of marketing audiences. And it's there to basically build trust. Should be used to build trust rather than erode marketing. This means using AI to improve marketing transparency, honesty, and fairness, and to eliminate false, manipulative, and deceptive content. So I love the things that your company stand for. Yeah,
I think one of the things, after observing how people felt about AI and all the topics that we just talked about, how it can be used for the greater good, but also could potentially backfire as well. One thing for sure is that, people are open to AI and they know it's here, but they also want it to be held to some standards. So it's still in its infancy. So that's why we put together almost like this code of ethics that we think people should use AI with. So like you said, do no harm, build trust, don't conceal anything, and really be helpful. If you can ensure that anything that you're doing with AI falls within those 4 buckets, that's what consumers are looking for in anything to do with AI. And like you said, AI has the ability to change cultures for the better and to help, different communities. But also in the same regard, there's people who, like anything, will use AI in a negative way. So how do we as a culture put checks and balances in place with that human layer to make sure that AI is doing the things that will be beneficial for us? So it's an ever-evolving concept, it's ever-evolving technology, and I do think that we need to, as a society, get around this quickly and come up with some guidelines so that we can use it in the safest way. That's my opinion, and that's why we've come up with these kind of code of ethics.
What do you think about the self-driving car?
The self-driving car, well, to be honest, that's here too. So self-driving cars used to be the thing of the thing of movies. And, I was just in San Francisco and I saw a self-driving car just drive down the street right past me. And so, they're here right now. So I think when thinking about kind of moral dilemmas, and self-driving cars, the Americans that we surveyed are equally split on whether self-driving cars should put the safety of its own passengers above that of pedestrians. So 50% of Americans that we surveyed believe that self-driving cars should be programmed to minimize overall harm in an accident, even if that means injuring the passengers. But only 30% of Americans would travel in a car programmed this way. So, they want to be safe. So it shows that Americans want to be safe. when they're in that car. And they're not quite sure if they would travel in a car that's programmed with AI. But, they would trust AI to make sure that, they would have safety put in place in its passengers in the car rather than pedestrians on the street. So that says a lot about how we view safety in AI and selfishness in with AI as well.
Wow. What made you get into this business? Tell me what brought you into this business, Megan?
So I've always been, in marketing. So I started my career in advertising and marketing. And I grew up not just in marketing, but in digital marketing. So I help big brands and our clients reach consumers and through, creative experiences in the digital landscape. So anything on a mobile app or media and websites, anything digital, that's what I love. And I love technology. And so as we move more and more into digital marketing, it's powered more and more by technology and data because, everything we do leaves a data point for people to collect and know about each other. So AI and machine learning and this technology is really a way that my clients and brands are cultivating and utilizing to reach their consumers. Me personally, because it's something that, technology and AI is something that marketing is using more and more, I've taken a personal interest in AI and data and a personal interest in machine learning on what kind of great benefits it can have on our culture. And more importantly, I'm really interested in how people feel about AI because if we listen to society and we listen to consumers, we can get a sense of what they want from AI and what we should be using it for. Because a lot of times big brands in society just make decisions without listening to the heartbeat of society. And I'm interested in listening to the heartbeat of society to determine how we should use AI and technology.
Wow. I love the fact that you have these amazing values. That's what I hear is somebody with amazing values and actually cares about what people have to say and what means the most to people in creating content and creating programs and strategies around those people's concerns. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So that's what this is about. I love it.
Yeah, it starts with us. You think about, you're in entertainment and you create a lot of wonderful content. I've seen the content you create. And of course it's about your ideas, but it's more about what the people you want to reach, what they care about. And I think that's where this stands from. What do people really care about and think about AI? Because that will then help us evolve AI in the best way possible.
Absolutely. Well, Megan, is there anything else that you want to share with us in regard to SYZYGY and how we can get in touch with your company and get in touch with you and learn more about what you're doing before we wrap up?
Yeah, so, SYZYGY, again, like I said, it's a global marketing technology agency, and we focus on bringing happiness to consumers through creative experiences and digital experiences. You can find me on all the social channels and LinkedIn. My name is Megan Harris, and you can find more about SYZYGY on www.syzygy.net.
Well, I love the name SYZYGY. It sounds like a name of the future. SYZYGY, a brand.
It does. Actually, it's so funny. It means it does sound like some sort of AI built name. It's so funny, but it actually means the supermoon. So remember we had a supermoon last November. It means 3 celestial bodies coming together. And
oh wow!
Yeah. And
oh
so
wow! And who came up with that? You came up with that name?
You know what? We're a 20-year-old company, and so it was a name that our founder gave us. It means, perfect alignment of 3 celestial bodies, and our bodies are creative media and technology in the digital space. So it's pretty cool.
He took it. Yeah. He took it a little bit spiritual, a little bit astrological. Yeah. He took it a little metaphysical. Yeah, I know where his mind is. I love it. This is amazing. Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Megan, for interviewing with us today on iHEART Radio on WKIM-FM 61.1. We thank you so much for this. This is amazing, enlightening, and I just thank you for calming my fears. And I got enlightened and excited. I mean, I'm still on a little border about my guy having sex with he has it and I don't anticipate that. But, besides that, I'm excited about what the military can do with this. That's what I'm excited about, saving our troops.
Yeah, it's an
So
interesting concept. So thank you so much, Kimberly. I really appreciate talking to you.
absolutely, the pleasure is all mine. I'll definitely look you up on social media, and definitely we'll be in touch. Thank you so much for interviewing with us today.
Okay, thanks. Have a great day.
You too, Megan. Thanks. Okay, there you have it, guys. We were just interviewed with the fabulous Megan. She is just an amazing young woman, Megan Harris, and she works with SYZYGY, and this is an amazing company. And you know, it's just, I find it fascinating because I just remember, you know, being an 80s teenager and watching Back to the Future and watching that car and, you know, just all that stuff. And it's like I'm sitting here and I'm talking to somebody that's dude, dude, this is happening, this is here now. And how she was in San Francisco and she literally saw a self-driving car drive by her, like, hello. So, and I mean, even when you think about drones and just, it's here, people. And I just love the fact that her company is using it to do amazing things, and you really listen to what the consumers want and creating artificial intelligence around that. So if you guys want to know more information, definitely check out Megan Harris and check out SYZYGY online. So guys, we're going to go into a break now. We got to pay our bills, listen to these commercials, play a couple of ads, then we're going to come back with a new song from a lady by the name of Ruth Featherstone and her new gospel song coming out. So stay tuned for that. See you in a bit.
Hello?
Cool.